Good to have you join us on Core Digest today on Core TV News Lagos. We are talking the return of the Dapchi Schoolgirls matters arising. These girls, 110 of them, were abducted from their school, the Government Girls Science and Technical College, Dapchi, Yobe State, on Monday, 19th of February, 2018, and on Wednesday, 21st of March. They were released. It was like a miracle, but then one of them is still in captivity. She's Leah Sharibu. There have been different discussions surrounding this. What is happening at this time? How can we get this girl back and every other person that is in custody of the insurgents? Those are some issues we'll be considering today. And with me in the studio is Ayo Onigbogi. He is a public affairs analyst. Thank you for joining us today.
It's my pleasure being here.
All right. When you heard about the return of the Dapchi Schoolgirls,
Okay.
how did you feel?
Oh, I felt elated as a parent. There's an adage in Yoruba that says that if you have a son that is dead, it's quite better than a son or a daughter that is lost. The issue they had before was that they were lost, but now they are found. So the parents will be very, very happy. But what got me sad was that the non-release of the one that was left. And I just pray that the government will do everything they have in their capacity to ensure that she is back. Because the parents, the way they will be for now, they will be shattered. While others are rejoicing, they will be in a terrible mood. So the government should do something about that.
All right, now looking at the return of the girls, the Minister of Information, Culture and Tourism, Alhaji Lai Muhammad, granted an interview and said government didn't pay anything. It was an unconditional release of the girls. Do you believe that?
Should you tell us that statement? If it is unconditional release, why unconditional release? So there was no condition. So when they were when they came to pack the girls, they just felt that okay, let's take all these girls to our coffers, let's feed them for 30 days, and because they would have been giving them food, so they must have paid something. So that's why they should not deceive people like us that they did not pay any ransom.
The number of people have named security operatives as accomplices, talking about the redeployment from the school just a few days before the abduction, and the war of words that continued afterwards about whether or not the military handed over to the police and all issues surrounding that.
When we are saying security, I think security starts from the number one. Buhari is to be questioned. Because
why?
And I will tell you, Buhari is to be questioned because he is the one that's supposed to have taken the right people to head all places. So if he feels that with all these lapses, then probably he needs to shuffle his cabinet. Because if people you have put in a position, they are not doing what you expected, and you still retain them, it shows that in the next 1 week or 1 month, such will still repeat itself. This is a country whereby some member of the House of Senate has equates human life and that of a goat and that of a ram to be the same, which is not. So everything tends to start from, do we really value people's life as people? It's only when you value people's life then you can now say, oh, this is what the president has done right or wrong. Do we really value people's life in this country? The answer is no.
Now let's look at the time it took for these girls to be returned. Call it 30, call it 31 days, but that's like a month.
30 days is not easy. 30 days in captivity is more than significant. For those students, they have gone through what I would say is traumatic, and the torture is something that they must be rehabilitated one way or the other, because they are ladies.
And then the period of the attack, it's coming a year before the 2019 general elections. The Chibok abduction took place a year before the 2015 general elections.
It could be a coincidence. I don't believe strongly in, because it's happening a year before the election. Probably it has any reason. But I know that if the security details, they've done what they expected, it shouldn't have happened.
Beyond the Dapchi and Chibok Schoolgirls, there are other people in captivity. We hardly talk about these people.
Well, probably because the quantum, they are not a mass. The only reason why we talked about the Dapchi and the Schoolgirls is they are more than 20, 40, 80 people at once. This, if you look at Nigeria, it's not just the Dapchi or the Chibok girls that have been missing. Every day, people get missing. So the government needs to be more sensitive, not just to the Dapchi girls, not just to Chibok girls, but when you hear that anything happens to the life and property of any individual, we should be more sensitive. The government should be more interested in how to ensure that security of lives and property, either schoolgirls, either companies, either individuals, is paramount. That's what we should just work on.
All right, I will hope everything would actually get better and we'll have our country safe. Thank you very much for being on the program. I've been speaking with Ayo Onigbugi. He is a public affairs analyst. Thank you very much for being here.
It was my pleasure.